The raw truth takes everything you got. It's going to take everything that you got and a little bit more. You're going to have to stretch yourself to a level that you only dreamed of. You're going to think about quitting so many damn times, it's going to be on replay in your mind. You're going to have so many people around you tell you that you can't do it. You're going to have a bunch of people start with you on the journey and then quit. You're going to have more people start with you at the second part of the journey and then they're going to quit. Most likely, you're going to be the only one at the end of that journey standing on top of that mountain that started around the same time that you did. That's what it takes. But as tough as it is to get to $1 million a year, it's 10 times more worth it. Because the feeling that you have, the financial security, the stories, the memories, you look back on that, and I don't know one person that looks back on their journey and says it wasn't worth it. Hey, you guys, welcome to our first episode of Ask Steve. This is where I take your comments, your questions, things that you've reached out to me for, and I pick 3, 4, 5, depending on the week, and I read them out loud and I answer them on air. So, welcome to the first episode. I'm going to get right into it. The first question I got asked was this: how do you make people understand the value of multiple income streams in business? So, first of all, I don't think you can make anybody understand anything. There's some people that you just can't get things across to. If somebody's not interested in making multiple income streams, you're never really going to get that point across. Look, there's two kinds of people in the world. There's the ones that choose safety, and there's the ones that choose variety. The people that are choosing safety, the ones that like the same thing every day, those are typically the 9 to 5. They don't take a lot of risk. Those are the people that value the same thing every single day. You're not going to convince them that multiple income streams is the way to go. So first of all, you got to make sure you're talking to the variety people. You got to talk to the people that are entrepreneurial minded, that don't mind taking risks. And you just have to show them the value. It's not that people don't want multiple income streams. It's just that they don't understand the value. They don't understand the risk versus reward. So it's really important to sit down with them and really explain the value of having multiple income streams. You can talk about building income streams. So one day, if you can't work, you still have incomes coming in. You can talk about having a family or potentially, having health challenges or, being able to do other things and really buying your time back. But again, you can't explain that to somebody who's not open-minded. You can't explain that to somebody that's not open to taking a bit of risks or that values variety. Okay, the certainty people don't want to hear about multiple income streams. The uncertainty people, the entrepreneurs, the open-minded, the variety people, those are the people that you're going to be able to really explain the value of multiple income streams. And then when you have that opportunity, you got to be really good at it. The second question. Oh, I like this one. In your experience, which type of leadership do you find more effective? Soft or fear-based? Soft or fear-based? I like this question because, early on in my career, I was a fear-based leader because it's the only way that I knew how to lead. Probably because I didn't mind being led that way. The answer is simple. You have to lead people different ways. If you don't have a relationship with the person you're leading, if you haven't built trust, you can't lead them anyway. So when you say soft, I'm assuming you mean, empathetic. When I hear soft, I mean, I hear empathetic. So do you have to be empathetic at times? Yeah, you have to be empathetic. Is there a time to challenge and a time to listen? Yeah. So as a leader, you need to know when's the time to challenge and when's the time to listen. And if you have trust built, that's the foundation. So if somebody's struggling and you need to just listen and you need to be empathetic and you need to kind of walk them through it, it doesn't matter how big of a leader they are. There's times where I'm going to listen and I'm going to be empathetic and I'm going to tell them it's going to be okay. And I remind them of how much it's worth it. That's when people are really, really struggling. The other time is I'm a challenging leader. Now, it's not necessarily fear-based. I don't know that being a fear-based leader works for very long. I think you can lead as fear-based for a very short period of time. I think people get tone deaf to it. You can wear people down. You can push people out of your business. I think it's okay strategically from time to time to be fear-based. But what I like to refer to that is more of a challenging leader, where you're challenging people. And if you have that relationship strategically, you should be challenging people. Because when you challenge somebody from a leadership standpoint, they have an opportunity to respond by stepping up to that challenge. And then when they step up to that challenge, as a result of them doing it, their identity is forever changed. So there's a time to be a soft, empathetic leader, right? And there's a time to be a hard, challenging leader. And both can be very effective depending on the season that the person you're leading is in. Next question. What's your best advice to anybody in entrepreneurship? My best advice for anybody in entrepreneurship is buckle up. Buckle up, because entrepreneurship is a wild ride. It's messy. It's challenging. It can be dark. There's some lonely roads in there where you're wondering, can I do this? Is this going to be for me? So you have to decide up front, why are you going to be an entrepreneur? What's in it for you? Because you're going to be on a roller coaster ride. You're going to think about quitting a million times before you get there. So embrace the ups and the downs. Embrace the journey, right? Have fun. Even when things aren't going great, you still have to try and have fun, because it's the journey of entrepreneurship. You're never really going to feel like you're there until long after you get there. So my best advice again, buckle up, embrace it. It's going to be a wild ride, but it is going to be worth it. Next question. This question asks, on a one-on-one, so like a one-on-one presentation, what's the best way to come across that we're checking them out? You know, I think having the right posture in a meeting is really important. I think a lot of times in a model like ours, a recruiting model, or a model where you're attracting, somebody to your team, where it's more of a commission sales business, they think that they're coming to interview us. So I think it's important to let that person know up front. Let them know when you're sitting down with them, you're saying, listen, here's my outcome for today. I'm going to show you who we are, what we do, the opportunities that exist, right? And yeah, you're going to be checking us out, but I want to let you know that I'm also here to check you out. I'm also here to decide if you're a fit for us, because there needs to be a mutual benefit on both sides. So I'm really upfront. I let them know that I'm monitoring them. I'm here to check them out. I have a certain standard on my team. And I think if you talk about standards and expectations and what an ideal team member looks like, and what you expect of a rising star in your organization, right? It really lets them know that you're not only checking them out, but if you decide to bring them on board, you're expecting them to have those standards to be part of the team. So I think it's really important to get it out up front. You never want to come across as desperate. You never want to run a business where it just seems like you'll take anybody, like you'll take any client, you'll take any teammate. No, even on the client side, there needs to be a mutual understanding. They have to be a fit for you, and you got to be a fit for them. And if there is on both sides, then we can enter into a client relationship. Same on the business side. So I like to just get it out up front, right? You might be here to check us out, but I'm also here to check you out, because we have a certain standard that we like to uphold on our team. And my last question for the day is this. What's the raw truth about what it really takes to get to $1 million a year annual income? The raw truth takes everything you got. It's going to take everything that you got and a little bit more. You're going to have to stretch yourself to a level that you only dreamed of. You're going to think about quitting so many damn times, it's going to be on replay in your mind. You're going to have so many people around you tell you that you can't do it. You're going to have a bunch of people start with you on the journey and then quit. You're going to have more people start with you at the second part of the journey, and then they're going to quit. Most likely, you're going to be the only one at the end of that journey standing on top of that mountain that started around the same time that you did. That's what it takes. But as tough as it is to get to $1 million a year, it's 10 times more worth it. Because the feeling that you have, the financial security, the stories, the memories, you look back on that, and I don't know one person that looks back on their journey and says it wasn't worth it. If you do it the right way, you take care of your family, and you take care of your health, you take care of your fitness, and you go to work and you make $1 million a year, it's always going to be worth it. It's just going to be super damn hard. All right, you guys, thanks for joining us on this first episode. I look forward to more of you asking me questions. We'll make sure we write them down, and we're going to pick the top 4 or 5, and we're going to do this on an ongoing basis. We'll see you on the next episode.